Please subscribe to our channel if you liked it. And also make sure that you click on the bell icon for more videos like this. If you click on the bell icon, you'll get all the notifications what we upload. Also, please give this video a like, comment and share.
Hi friends, this is Satya from Satya Tarona's Creativity. How are you all? I hope all of you are doing well. During this lockdown period, I think my videos will help you to learn by staying at home safely. Come, let us join with me. In my previous videos, I explained about the phases of compiler. If you want the link, and you can find it at the end of this video. So stay tuned till the end of the video. Here I am explaining the lexical analyzer. Lexical analyzer scans the entire source of the code and it identifies each token one by one. Let us explain how it works. This is the pictorial representation of lexical analyzer. Here we see get next token. It is a command which is sent from the parser to the lexical analyzer. On receiving this command, the lexical analyzer scans the input until it finds the next token and it returns the token to the parser. Why do we separate a lexical analyzer and parser here? Because to identify the design and to improve the compiler efficiency and also for the portability purpose, the lexical analyzer is separated from the parser. These are the terms used in the lexical analysis. They are lexeme, tokens and patterns. In the previous video, that is the phases of compiler, I explained the terminologies like lexemes, tokens briefly. If you want, I will give the link in the description box which is shown below this video. If you don't know about the description, below this video you can see the one triangular button. If you click the button, there you can get the link. So let us see the patterns here. What is pattern? A pattern is a description of form or representation of lexemes. I will tell you in some other way. There are some predefined rules for every lexeme to be identified as a valid token. These rules are defined by the grammar rules by means of patterns. For example, the rule for the keyword pattern is sequence of characters. So the int keyword is identified by the pattern, that is sequence of characters, int here. Tokens are identified by different specifications. For the binary alphabets it is 0, 1. For the hexadecimal alphabets it is 0 to 9 and A to F, capital A to F. For the English alphabets, small a to z and capital A to z. In the case of strings, it is the sequence of alphabets. The specification of token is the sequence of alphabets. Let us see the example here. I have taken a Tiroshini as an example. Here, the sequence of alphabets forms the strings. That is the specification of string token. Here the length of the string is, that is Tiroshini, Tiroshini, that is the total number of characters. So 9, Tiroshini. The length of the string is 9. For denoting the empty string, we are using epsilon symbol here. Epsilon means that is empty string. There is no alphabets here. Next, finite language. Finite languages are described by means of regular expression, shortly denoted by RE here. These are all the special symbols used in the tokens. If you want, you can take a note of it. Lexical analyzer follows the match rule. That is, when the lexical analyzer reads the source code, it scans the code letter by letter. And when it encounters a white space, operator symbol or special symbols, it decides that a word is completed. For example, in int a, that the lexical analyzer find a lexeme that matches with any existing reserved keyword. That is, int is already in the reserved keyword. So if it is there, it will scan as a keyword. Otherwise, it should generate an error. Before going into the regular expression, we should know the terms regular grammar and regular language. The regular grammar means the grammar defined by the regular expression is called as regular grammar. In the case of regular language, the language is defined by the regular grammar is known as regular language. The various operations used in the regular expression is union, concatenation and clean closure. Union means, that is, for example, here is L1, that is language 1, union language 2. The resultant values, that is the pattern here is S. S is the resultant value. The rule here is either S is in L1 or S is in language 2. The next operation is concatenation. Concatenation means the resultant, that is the language 1 and language 2, the resultant operation is S1 and S2. That is, the rules here is S1 is in L1 and S2 is in L2. Next, the clean closure. The clean closure means, that is L star, language star. It means 0 or more occurrence of language L. Let us see how the tokens are represented in regular expression. If R is a regular expression, the regular expression for the value R star is equal to, within the curly braces, that is epsilon, R, RR, triple R, etc. That is 0 or more occurrence of R. R plus means R, 1 or more occurrence of R. In the R star, it includes the null value, that is epsilon value. In R plus, it excludes the epsilon value. Only thing, the difference is including the epsilon, excluding the epsilon. Please make a note of it. In R question mark, the regular expression is denoted as, within the curly bracket, R empty, that is epsilon. Coming to the symbols in regular expression, as I said before, letters are denoted by A to Z, digits are denoted by 0 or 1 or etc. 9, signs are denoted by plus or minus. The problem with the lexical analyzer is how to verify the validity of the regular expression. So the solution is to use the finite automata for verification. What is finite automata? A finite automata is a state machine. Actually, it's a machine. It's a state machine that takes a string of symbols as input and changes its state accordingly. In other words, it is a recognizer for a regular expression. When a regular expression string is fed into the finite automata, it changes its state for each literal. If the input string is successfully processed and the automata reaches the final state, that is the acceptance state. Here the notations for the mathematical notations for the finite automata. Here the states are denoted by the symbol Q, and next the set of input symbols are denoted by summation. The start state is denoted by Q0, the final state is denoted by QF, and finally the transition function is denoted by delta. This is the example of finite automata. The finite automata should accept all the strings of zeros and ones with odd number of ones. That is, the odd number, if the input is Having odd number of 1 means it should be accepted, otherwise it won't be accepted. This is the transition diagram for this finite automata. Here we are denoting the start state as the single circle, the final state, that is the acceptance state, as the double circle. The transitions are denoted by the arrow mark. Let me take the example 0, 0, 1. The first digit is 0. 0 means it goes to the same state, that is A here. The next digit is 0. So again it goes to the same state A. The last digit is 1. It goes to the, if the input is 1 means it goes to the next state B. So that is the final state. So it should be accepted. So 0, 0, 1 can be accepted. So it satisfies the finite automata rules, that is it should accept all the strings of zeros and ones with odd number of ones. This is the end of the video. Please leave a comment about this video so that I can do it better. Thanks for watching. See you next time.